Well, welcome everybody to another one of our BCAM Breast Cancer Action Month campaigns. Today I'm joined by Neenia, who is one of our Empowered Living members. So thank you, Neenia, for hopping on today.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And if you don't mind, would you just share a little bit with everybody about your diagnosis and what your treatment has looked like?
My story starts in March of this year, where I had gone in for my annual mammogram, regular annual mammogram. And from the images, there were some abnormalities. So I was scheduled to have in April a 3D digital mammogram, just so that they could see further into my breast tissue. And I remember the day like it was yesterday. I had been in southern New Jersey celebrating my mom's birthday on the 23rd. And I live in Washington, D.C. So I was traveling back to Washington, D.C. And I feel like I'm thinking, and it's the day my husband and I are headed to London, England. So we had made a trip. We had a whole trip planned to London, England. My husband is British, so we've gone to London several times. But that was this was our annual trip. And I'm walking down thinking about everything I have to organize and plan, because we're leaving that night, so I have to repack and get myself organized. And as I'm thinking, I feel my phone vibrate, and I must have missed the call from my diagnostic radiologist. And she left a message saying, please call me back. And I was just like, I had been dreading this call because I was not certain what the results were going to show, etc. So she did break the news to me that I did have breast cancer. It was the earliest stages. So she informed me that I had ductal carcinoma in situ, and it was in my right breast only. The good news, she said, was, that they found it early. And, I did appreciate her optimism, but really having cancer was not on my mind, right? Not on the checklist of packing or anything. So I said, thank you. She provided me with more information as to what the next steps would be, seeing a breast surgeon, etc. And then I continued my walk home. And I get into the front door. I'm in a state of shock. The nurse navigator called me, and we are starting to have conversations about scheduling and how exactly what were my next steps. I see my husband off the corner of my eye, still trying not to well up with tears because I'm trying to have a conversation and deal with scheduling. We scheduled the appointment, and that's when the journey really began. We ended up going to London. I love adventures. It's part of who I am. I love traveling. So cancer was not going to stop me from living my life. So I stayed. So I informed him. He comforted me, and then I was just so grateful of having something else to do. I was grateful that I was just like, I have to pack. I don't have time for this. We have to get on a plane. I feel as though the most emotional part of of this journey has been the 5, 6, 7 hours on the plane to London. In the dark. It was an overnight flight, and I think that is when my thoughts just went to, why me? I love my life. I don't want to die. All of those thoughts that I'm sure some individuals who have this diagnosis feel. And it was great that it was dark, and so nobody could see my tears. But I landed in London. We landed at Heathrow, and I was determined to just enjoy every moment of that trip, right? Because I had no idea what the next couple months or years, what it would be. So we did everything, and saw family and friends, and just had the best time. And it really helped me with my mindset to come back. And on the plane ride back, it was a different experience. I was re-energized to fight cancer and to be really active within this process of taking care of myself and my health. After that trip, there were 4 months of tests and biopsies and
Sure.
ultrasounds, and there was just a lot. I recovered. It took a month to, a week of the drains, and thank goodness I was healing properly. They were able to remove them, which I was so grateful for. And then it was just healing of my scars that I've been in that process of. And I would say, my journey would not have been so positive if I did not have the love and support from family members, friends, colleagues. I think that is so important. And the resources that your organization provides just adds to that, right? It gives you the feeling of not being alone through a scary time.